Okay, we are live. Just give us a quick thumbs up in the chat section so that we'll know everything is fine with the stream. Uh, Let us know, guys, if everything is fine with our stream. Just giving a quick thumbs up in the chat section. Okay. Okay, so everything is fine with our stream. So, guys, welcome to day 20 of Geeko Olympics. This is Sakshi Singhal, mentor at Geeks for Geeks. And today we are going to discuss future proofing your career, exploring GATE and Masters. So, in this session, we are going to discuss that how you can work on your GATE journey easily, and how can you do a Masters from IIT and top colleges from using gate rank and all other exams. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I hope everything is fine. Yeah, everything is fine. So, guys, in this session, we are going to have our guest who is Ribu Mukherjee, and who is a software engineer at Qualcomm, and he has cracked GATE with a good rank, and he also has cracked IIT Madras and IIT Bombay, and he is also an influential content creator, and he has also helped many students in their GATE journey and cracked the GATE, help them cracking a good rank in gate exam and getting a good IITs and all. So he's here to help you in your gate journey as well. So you can ask the questions in the chat section with him, and also at the end of the session I am also going to take a Q&A session with him, and you can ask him any questions that you have. So yeah,
Hello, am I audible, Sakshi? Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Geeks for Geeks, for having me here. It's been an honor to be invited on this platform. So, firstly, already Sakshi has introduced me. So, I am Ribu Mukherjee. Right now, I'm a software engineer at Qualcomm. And what is the agenda of this session? Let me first discuss this. Okay. The agenda of this session is very simple. Firstly, what I believe that if you want to target anything in life, first know why do you want to achieve that. Okay, the why of everything. Okay, so I would be targeting on why gate. Why do you even need to do masters? Okay, is M.Tech computer science really worth it? Okay, I would also be talking about the average package placements. What is the placement scenario of M.Techs across the country? And what do you actually learn in M.Tech? Okay, before starting the gate journey, you need to be very very clear that bhaiya, this is the reason why I want to do M.Tech. And once the reason is clear, motivation apne aap aayega. ठीक है? Okay, so let's start this presentation. Sakshi, can you please add the PPT? Okay, so the agenda is exploring gate and masters. Okay, so, firstly, about me, already you guys know it is. I've just kept it so that I become relevant today. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि तुमको लगे कि यार इसको आता वाता कुछ नहीं है, ज्ञान देने चले आए. So I don't want that to happen. So I have written this intro. But the main point is that why I do what I do always in my seminar is to tell from where did I come from. Okay? Because I tell all these things because if you are in a current scenario that I was in some, let's say 3 to 4 years back, you should always believe that there is a point that will come in your life that can eventually change your life for a greater good. Okay, so yes, I was disqualified for campus placements in internships in my B.Tech. I knew nothing about computer science. I even failed in my computer programming exam, and this was me. Okay, and I also talk about mental health across seminars because mental health is something that I eventually like to talk about because this is not something that we talk as a society. Okay, okay, so what is the agenda of this seminar? So these are some main points that we would be discussing. First, is M.Tech relevant in 2023? भैया B.Tech के बाद भी तो जॉब लग जाती है. एमटेक क्यों करूं, व्हाट इज द पॉइंट इज एमटेक. ठीक है, क्या should we do MTech just because we want to become a professor in a top college or we want to become a research scientist? Is it only why should we join MTech? Secondly, what are the various opportunities that you will get in MTech, so that you get to know, understand the reason why do you want to do MTech in the first place. Because this webinar topic is exploring opportunities of MTech, right? Secondly, I would be also talking about BTech versus MTech. When you are an MTech in a top IIT or a top college, do you face competition from BTech? We would be also addressing that part. And I would also highlight what is the placements, क्योंकि at the end of the day तुम placement के लिए MTech करते हो. ठीक है, अपने आप को सच बता दो. And it's very very important that we also talk about that what is the average MTech placements that are going on in this country. Okay, so without further ado, let's start. And this is there is a very important announcement that I have to make, is that at the end of the talk I have a very interesting giveaway that I will be giving to the students who are attending this seminar. ठीक है, so end तक बने रहना मेरे साथ. ठीक है, okay, so let's start. सबसे पहले let's discuss the major points. Why MTech? Is MTech even relevant in 2023? ठीक है, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट प्लेसमेंट्स. ठीक है, और ये वाला फोटो तो तुमको पता ही होगा जिसने ब्रेकिंग बैड देखी है. ओके, सो व्हाई एमटेक इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस? बीटेक के बाद भी you can get access to a top product based companies. That is always there. I always say to all my students, MTech is not necessary sufficient condition if you want to get into top product based companies. It's not. After BTech also, you can join a top product based company. But there are few advantages here. Firstly, number one, once you do an MTech, in most of the companies which include R&D and innovation, including Qualcomm, you will not get a role that a fresher from a BTech gets. A BTech will get an associate software engineer role, and if you are an MTech, you will be directly promoted to one level up. That's the first thing. So obviously you will get a increased salary. So basically your years are not wasted in MTech. Okay? And second thing, let me highlight this also. You will get a specialized knowledge on certain technologies that is very much needed, okay, if you want to perform R&D work in various companies. And third is that in off campus, most of the companies do not give access to tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 students. That is a reality. We should not actually question that reality, because it's something that we all face in our day to day life. हमारे resume reject हो जाती है. It's very difficult to get the interview calls. It's very difficult to get a resume shortlisted. That is always there. But if you have the right skills, you can definitely go. That's a path that a lot of my students in my community explore. This is another path that can get you into top product based companies. How? Because these top product based companies, namely Google, Amazon, Flipkart, Microsoft, Qualcomm, etc., these packages, these companies visit these top colleges, let's say IITs, NITs, triple ITs, DTU, etc., bits. They visit these colleges and you can get into campus placements from these colleges. So this is a one of the path to get into product based companies. Do everyone have to follow this path? It's not needed. Everyone doesn't have to follow this path. It's you who have to decide. Okay, okay, so campus placements and placements in top product based companies is one of the things why people do MTech. ठीक है, 90% लोग इसीलिए आते हैं क्योंकि यार बढ़िया प्लेसमेंट लग जाएगी, and eventually they get into good placements. ठीक है, but let me give you some more points that will make you ponder upon why you even need to do MTech. ठीक है, placements is one thing, not sufficient thing, but yes, it can get it into top product based companies. The second point is alumni network. Alumni network is something that I always talk about. ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी आप तुमको देखोगे तो माई डैड हैज पास्ड फ्रॉम Jadavpur Engineering College, which is a premium tier 1 college in West Bengal. He still gets advantage of his alumni network. How? Because your friends with whom you will be doing projects, doing thesis, studying together, and after certain years of time, they would be placed in top companies. They would be like leading managers in some top firms and stuff. Okay, so you will always get access to this alumni network that you have earned in this 2 years. ठीक है, So alumni network is something that is huge contribution to your career. ठीक है, तुम्हें क्या लगता है जो लोग आईएम जाते हैं या टॉप कॉलेजेस जाते हैं वो सिर्फ पढ़ने जाते हैं? इट्स नॉट, बिकॉज नॉलेज नाउ डेज इज फ्रीली अवेलेबल. तुम यूट्यूब से पढ़ सकते हो, तुम किताबों से पढ़ सकते हो. तो नॉलेज के लिए कोई भी टॉप कंपनीज टॉप कॉलेजेस नहीं जाती है. दैट्स अ थिंग. ठीक है, पीपल ऑल्सो गो टू टॉप कंपनीज टू टैप इन दैट नेटवर्क दैट कैन इवेंचुअली चेंज देयर लाइफ. IIM is a brand not because कि उनका कोर्स स्ट्रक्चर खतरनाक है, because they get access to first the brand will always help them. इन्वेस्टर्स को लगता है कि यार इसने तो IIM फोड़ा है तो इसके अंदर कुछ बात है. एंड सेकेंडली, get access to the top alumni network that will help you throughout life. ठीक है, so this is another thing why you should consider joining M.Tech in a top college. अब वो टॉप कॉलेज में ही होना चाहिए. ठीक है, अब बात करते हैं थर्ड पॉइंट के बारे में, दैट इज बेस्ट प्रोफेसर्स. ओके, सो in my M.Tech journey, I encountered awesome professors while I was in IIT Madras, while I was in Triple IT Bangalore. Some of the professors that I encountered was massive. Okay, their knowledge scale, their knowledge level was literally amazing, because these professors are not just ordinary professors. They know their work, they have patents, they have tons and tons of research papers in their name, and you can eventually learn a lot from their experience. So getting access to such professors in a real time basis is an experience on its own. ठीक है, ये अपने आप में एक एक्सपीरियंस है दैट आई फील यू शुड डेफिनेटली विटनेस फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 to 1.5 years of your life. So it is something. Okay, I'm getting your questions. I will definitely answer it at the end of the session. ठीक है, so this is something that you should always consider about, because you are learning from the best faculty in India. ठीक है, so eventually you will develop an interest of computer science, you will know how things actually work, right? And you will get access to tons of research papers also while studying from these best professors. ठीक है, so professors is another thing that you should keep in mind if you are confused that भैया मैं एमटेक करूं क्यों. ठीक है, इट्स नॉट जस्ट प्लेसमेंट्स दैट भैया मुझे प्लेस होना है तो मैं एमटेक कर लूंगा. देयर इज alumni network also, there is professors also, right? Next, highlight the last point, that is project centric coursework. Please understand that the coursework that is happening in your tier 3 or tier 4 college, ठीक है, it's not the same that it happens in top colleges, be it IITs, triple ITs, etc. Most of the courses in these colleges are extensively project centric. इसका मतलब क्या है भैया? इसका मतलब ये है कि when you do a particular course, you eventually do it practically also. So that actually enhances your knowledge. And secondly, while in industry, you would be doing each and everything practically, right? Theoretical knowledge के industry में क्या काम? You actually have to write down and code, right? Eventually you know the theory, but you have to code. So similarly, in these colleges, most of the courses are project centric, so you will be actually doing stuff. Okay, and there is very strict plagiarism, very strict deadlines and very strict plagiarism. So you can't just copy paste किसी तरीके से पढ़ के निकल गए, या just studying one night won't help you get good results when it comes to getting CGPA in top M.Tech. ठीक है, so getting CGPA in a top M.Tech college is also very challenging, because most of the courses are project centric, so that will make you learn a lot of things. Understand? So project centric coursework is something that you should always consider, because that will eventually help in your learning curve once you are doing M.Tech, right? Okay, so these were the four most important points why you should even consider doing M.Tech. Okay, maybe you have some of the other confusions in your mind कि भैया मुझको नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. You can right now post that in the comment section, post that in the chat box section, and we will definitely handle each and every query at the end of the Q&A. ठीक है, बट फर्स्टली व्हाट आई वांट यू टू अंडरस्टैंड कि देखो, मैं जब थर्ड ईयर में था, आई हैड अ वेरी क्लियर क्लैरिटी कि व्हाई आई वांट टू डू एमटेक. ठीक है, एंड दैट वाज द मोटिवेशन ऑफ मी स्टडिंग हार्ड फॉर दिस एग्जाम कॉल्ड गेट. ठीक है, सो इट्स योर रीजंस दैट गिव यू द नेसेसरी मोटिवेशन टू कॉन्कर व्हाट इज हैपनिंग in the future. ठीक है, so this is the motivation. So please be very clear of why I want to do M.Tech. Okay. Okay. And now let's talk about the next very important point, as in what is the M.Tech placement scenario. कि वो सब तो ठीक है भैया, लेकिन पैसा कितना मिलेगा हाथ में, ये भी तो important है, right? So let's talk about M.Tech placement scenario. So what is the time of placements? So eventually you will be joining M.Tech in the month of July. ठीक है, तुम्हारे पास गुड 1 year रहेगा. It will be 1 to 1.5 years depending upon the college you are in. You will have this amount of time for your preparation. What is the preparation that you need? You need to prepare obviously problem solving, which includes data structures and algorithms. That is very very important if you want to get into any company, चाहे वो data science role हो, R&D role हो, कुछ भी हो. You need data structures and algorithms. Apart from that, you need core computer science subjects, you need system design, you need OOPS, etc. That we will talk about in another interview preparation session or something like that. But time of placements, as in the preparation time, is at least 1 to 1.5 years. Okay. Okay. And when to prepare for placements? So now it's very important thing that you need to understand. While you are in M.Tech, you would be busy in your coursework, be it IIT, NIT, triple IIT. The coursework is heavy. The coursework is not very very easy. Depending upon the college, I will be definitely guiding you in the post gate guidance sessions, but coursework will be heavy. So you have to eventually take 1 to 2 hours each and every single day in order to prepare for the placements, and most of the students do it, so it's not a problem at all. Now let's talk कि भैया वो सब तो ठीक है, but once I join a college as an M.Tech, will I face immense competition from the B.Tech? Will that be a threat to me? So understand that, let me give you a very real scenario what actually happens in these M.Tech colleges. So there are certain companies in IITs, in NITs, in triple ITs which prefer B.Techs over M.Tech. Okay, this is a very harsh reality. This is a reality. There are certain companies like quant trading firms, etc. They want B.Techs. They have a clear this thing. But there are certain companies also which focus more on M.Tech and not B.Tech. There are also certain R&D companies which focus more on M.Tech. They give higher packages to M.Tech. And there are case 3 companies which doesn't care. They just want a good computer science student. Same package, whether you are B.Tech or M.Tech, koi problem nahi hai, you are eligible in both. And these are the companies that there are a lot of these companies. So the point is that competition with B.Tech, yes, it does exist, but it's not a threat into getting a top product based company. You can eventually get a top product based company if you have the right skills, you have the right knowledge level, and you have relevant good projects in your M.Tech. ऐसा नहीं है कि M.Tech कॉलेज में चले गए किसी IIT NIT में एंड चिल मार रहे हैं, राइट? ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. You eventually have to work, you eventually have to participate in projects, you have to make projects plagiarize करके नहीं, and then you can eventually get into a good placements. Okay, so in short, there is no such high level discrimination between M.Tech and B.Tech. Certain companies do it, certain banks do it, but it's not a threat at all. Okay, my tip would be, once you get into M.Tech, firstly, step one is understand why you want to do M.Tech. Talk with me in the chat box. Understand why you want to do M.Tech. And once you have decided to do M.Tech, please focus on your preparations for placements during M.Tech. Focus on coding regularly. And the next thing that you need to do, please maintain a good CGPA in M.Tech. बहुत सारे बच्चे मेरे कम्युनिटी में, इवन इफ दे आर गुड इन कोडिंग, they neglected CGPA like something. Okay, so you have to have a decent CGPA in M.Tech, वरना कंपनी एलिजिबल ही नहीं करेगी. Companies have a cutoff. Let's say they have 7.5 or 8 CGPA. They want students above 8 CGPA only. So you won't be eligible in that case, even if you have very good coding skills. Are you understanding? So this is the placement scenario. Let me talk about the average package. ठीक है, क्या पैकेज चल रहा है M.Tech statistics में? Firstly, try to get into top colleges. I always say this, that if you are doing M.Tech, please do it from a top college. If not, don't do it. M.Tech is not necessary. ठीक है, it's not कि M.Tech करना ही है वरना लाइफ खत्म हो जाएगा. But if you are doing it, try to get into some top colleges like top IITs, top 3 NITs, ठीक है, triple ITs, top 3 to 4 triple ITs, including triple IT Delhi, triple IT Bangalore, triple IT Allahabad, and triple IT Hyderabad. ठीक है. DTU you can also consider NSIT, and BITS. All the three campuses are equally good. Okay, there are other few colleges also uh, that we will talk about in some other sessions. There are colleges which also accept students irrespective of their gate score. They have their own exam and stuff, they have their own interviews, etc. That is a different aspect altogether. But please try to get into top colleges after your gate. That is very very important. Okay, if you don't get into a top college and you eventually do an M.Tech, क्योंकि मेरे को M.Tech डिग्री मिल जाएगी, ट्रस्ट मी, एमटेक डिग्री के एज सच की बहुत वैल्यू नहीं है. ठीक है, the value is which college you are doing from, and what is the alumni network, the skills, the learnings, and the access to placements that you are getting from that college. For example, तुमने किसी एमटेक कॉलेज में कर लिया बट वहां पे कंपनीज ही नहीं आ रही, so in that case your mtech degree won't help you much in the future. It's just a degree. ठीक है, okay, are you understanding it? So the point should be, the goal should be to get into top college. And secondly, the average placement statistics that has been going on is something around 14 to 25 lakhs per annum. Okay, this is the CTC. This is the median package that has been going around in these top colleges. Okay, there are few colleges which have been hardly hit during this season because this is a recession season. The market is not right. The market is not stable, so there are colleges that has been hit, but mostly you can find these around packages in these top colleges. So by the time you graduate from MTech, the market would have been stabilized. So I don't think that will be a threat. Okay. So but once you are doing MTech from a top college, you can be rest assured that you will graduate with a good placement. So that is something that you can be rest assured with. But condition is that you need to work hard in your MTech. Okay. So the thing is that I always tell people who are dealing with mental health or who doesn't have the right confidence in life and who is demotivated by the situations around, please understand that this is just a night. ठीक है, हर डार्क नाइट के बाद एक उजाला आता ही है. So the thing that you need to focus upon is कि let the night pass. I will definitely rise above from my ashes, but the only condition is just study hard. स्ट्रगल करना बहुत जरूरी है, बिना स्ट्रगल के सक्सेस स्टोरी बनती ही नहीं है, राइट? सो स्ट्रगल, that is very important, but please understand that you are not alone in this. I have faced this. A lot of students in my community is facing it into day-to-day life. But in these past 2 years, I have seen students flying from ashes to where they are now. They are in like top colleges, they are in top companies. So the thing is that focus on yourself and just don't give up on your dreams, right? So I'm done with the webinar. I have done everything what I wanted to convey through this webinar. But now the very important part of this webinar is understanding your questions, understanding where you are belonging to, right? So I am giving this mic to Sakshi. So yeah, Sakshi, you can take back.
Uh, yeah, thanks, Ribu. So we have so many questions from students. Like one student has asked, who is Keshav, and he has asked that he is graduated in July 2023, don't have any idea about computer science subject, and he's not placed as well. So what should he do now? He's really very confused.
Okay. Firstly, Keshav, uh, understand this, that this is a situation where I was in like 3 years down the lane. I also didn't have any idea about these subjects. So the point is that firstly, the market is not very great. Okay. So firstly, understand that by listing out all my reasons that I've given in this webinar, do you even want to consider GATE? If you have the right reasons, then I would suggest you prepare for GATE. Okay, computer science subjects you will definitely develop while preparing for it. And once you have prepared all the computer science subjects, getting into top colleges right now in this situation is easier than to get into top product based companies, depending upon the market we are in, to be very honest. Okay, so consider this advice, but firstly ask yourself, are you even convinced that the reasons I have provided that suits on your reasons as well? You can talk to me and we can definitely figure that out. Okay.
Yeah, that's true because a GATE has a very vast syllabus. So you have to give your whole year. So you have to find motivation within yourself. So that would be with you whole time. Yeah, that's
Absolutely,
right.
absolutely.
Yeah, we have another question from Soumya, and she asked that she's from Tier 3 college, CSE third year, and she's good in DSA, no full stack development, and don't want to do M.Tech. Should she try for GATE for PSU job or stick to good placement preparation? What do you think?
Okay. Okay. Hi, Soumya. Firstly, since you are good in problem solving and also you know full stack development, so I'm assuming that you have done relevant projects in full stack, and you are very clear that you don't want to do M.Tech. Okay. Now let's talk about PSU jobs only in the in the sphere of computer science. So in the sphere of computer science, the amount of PSU jobs is very less. Okay, it's not too much like what happens in electrical, mechanical, etc. So the amount of PSU jobs is very less. Okay. And secondly, since you are more interested in full stack development, I would always advise you stick to your placement preparation, work hard for your placements, okay, work on your resume, and try to apply in companies. You have a very decent chance of getting into some good companies. Since you are very clear you don't want to do M.Tech, don't waste your time preparing for GATE just for PSU job, because in computer science it's very limited. Okay, you can definitely try for ISRO or BARC if you think in the future, but right now my advice for you should be placement preparation. Yeah.
Yeah, we have one question from Lakshmikant, and he's saying, is it worth waiting for 6 to 7 months to write GATE for IIT and IT, as he have resigned from his company, I think? And would it be a problem for his resume? Gap year months, he said.
Okay. Okay. So let me give you like some real life scenario from this. Firstly, is it worth waiting for 6 to 7 months? Yes, it is definitely worth, because getting access to all these kinds of colleges and getting access to all these types of companies after you do your M.Tech is definitely worth 6 to 7 months. Okay. And secondly, the gap year thing, 6 to 7 months gap won't matter at all. ठीक है, इतना कम टाइम definitely won't matter. Once you are done with your M.Tech, your placement coordinator will find this 6 to 7 months gap, and most of the colleges won't really matter these kind of gap. If gap is greater than 2 years, then yes, that's a concern that you need to talk with your placement coordinator of your institution, of your M.Tech institution. In some cases it does matter, but in most cases it doesn't really matter, because once you are doing M.Tech and you can justify your gap year really really well, it doesn't matter at all. Okay. But when it comes to off campus, these gaps really matter, because in off campus, understand this, that a company gets a lot of resume. Okay. So these criterias like कौन से कॉलेज से था, what is the gap year of that particular student matters in that case, because there is a lot of resumes that they get. Okay. But when it comes to M.Tech in top colleges, the gap year of 6 to 7 months, it doesn't really matter. Above 2 years it matters to an extent, but this will not matter. So I suggest prepare for GATE really hard. Yeah, so that you should go for it.
Yeah, another question from Ritobina we have is that tips for IIT interview, she's asking.
Okay. Hi, Ritobina. So I've secured my rank and college as well. Yes, I know that she's a member of my community, but I'm gonna join the company on 2025. So for the IIT interview, how to prepare and what skills will be considered after 2 years. So for IIT interviews, and we need to understand one thing is that IITs take for M.Tech research and MS research kind of roles. Okay. For MS kind of roles, mostly in M.Tech's interviews doesn't occur, but when it comes to MS or MS research, interviews happen, and the main agenda of those interviews is to test your skills on computer science understanding. Okay. It is very different from a product based company interview. Product based company interview is focused upon how you are good in projects, what is your technical skills, how you can contribute to the company, etc. IIT interviews is all about understanding how much you know about computer science basics. They would grill you on mathematics, they would be grilling you on your favorite computer science subjects, understanding do you even know the why of the concepts that you are understanding. Okay, because most of the students that appear for GATE किसी तरीके से रट्टा मार के गेट में रैंक लेके आते हैं, but they are not interested in those students. They are interested in those students who actually know the why of things. For example, if you know what is a determinant of a matrix, you should know its geometry geometrically as well. It doesn't matter you know the formula, ठीक है आगे बढ़ गए. You have to know what is the physical interpretation of a determinant of a matrix. Are you understanding? So on these points, you need to prepare first mathematics, because IITs are mathematics loving institute. IITs and ISC both are mathematics loving institute, so they will grill you on maths. Secondly, be prepared with problem solving. Data structures and algorithms always come very handy when you are preparing for IIT interviews. They will ask you DSA questions, but more on the theoretical aspect of DSA. They will be grilling you about time and space complexity. They would be grilling you about NP complete problems, etc. And thirdly, for please prepare any of your three computer science subjects. It can be OS, DBMS, networks, anything, but be very, very good with any of the three computer science of your favorite computer science subjects, so that you know the why of the things, right? This is the third point. Fourth point is be clear with the project that you have done in your BTech. Okay, because they would be asking some questions from your BTech ki why do you have done this project, what is the scientific problem that you are attempting to solve through this project. You basically have to know each and everything about your BTech project. So these are the four areas that you need to work upon if you have time. Because I always say to my students that please do literature review also, because once you are getting into MS or M.Tech research in these top colleges like IITs, you should have a clear passion कि भैया मुझको 1.5 साल रिसर्च करनी है. You should have this aptitude, and once you have that aptitude, the professor recognizes it, and then you become something else only in the interview, because they would understand that इस बंदे को passion है research का. I would like him to be a part of this institution. So, how can you convey that you have a research aptitude? By doing literature review of the works of these professors. So, like, tell them that I am interested in natural language processing. I have noted down the work of this professor in IIT Kanpur, let's say IIT Madras, etc. And I'm extremely interested to work in this area. So, they will get an understanding. अच्छा इस बंदे को passion है इस चीज का. So, they will definitely encourage you to be a part of their team. So yes, these are some of the outlines that you need to focus upon while preparing for interviews. Yeah.
Yeah, we have one another question. He says that he was diagnosed with OCD 3 months back and used to get panic attacks for 3 months and lost touch with gate preparation big time. How to cope and move on.
Okay. So firstly, first thing is that when it comes to these mental health issues, it's always firstly recommended to visit a doctor. I'm sure that you are doing the same. Please make the counseling sessions a habit. Firstly, and when it comes to gate preparation, and firstly, please don't ignore your mental health condition. That needs to be fixed as soon as possible. That should be a process of your routine, understanding and visiting a doctor regularly. And when it comes to gate preparation, it's okay. Firstly, understand that what are the subjects that you have already completed. Please make a note of it. ठीक है. सबसे अच्छा तरीका होता है when once you have lose touch of gate preparation on anything, firstly understand what is your knowledge level at this point of time. ठीक है. Understand that out of 10 subjects in gate, I have prepared 3 subjects, let's say, and then you had this kinds of attacks where you did not where you couldn't study well. So these 3 subjects, make a list of it and try to give a weekly test or some test series to understand that do you still have the knowledge or not. If not, please make it a habit that you would keep these subjects into regular revision strategies. Okay, and rest of the subjects are new to you. Okay, and before doing this process, please understand one more thing, that take 2 to 3 days off, like a relaxation time, and sit down with yourself and understand why do you even want to tackle this competitive exam. Let the motivation come within you. ठीक है, क्योंकि अब तो मैं तुम्हें कोई सेशन दे दूंगा, you will get motivated, but that won't last long. It will last just for 1 or 2 months. Have that kind of inspiration with you. I have a mentee with me. I also do long term these mentorship sessions and all. I have a mentee with me that I always advise him, उसके अंदर घुस करके कि what is your motivation. ठीक है, why do you want to do this? But finally we realized that he has to do it because of his parents. Okay, because he wants to give his parents a good life. He is not from a very secure financial background, and whatever he is doing for his parents. So once you have the clarity of why you are preparing for such a competitive exam, inspiration apne aap aayega. And Trust me, that is a whole lot of inspiration that you will get once you understand the why of doing things. Okay? So focus on that why. Take 2 to 3 days of first and understand the why. Do you want to work hard so that you can gift your parents, let's say, a good life, or you are doing anything? It can be very, very personal to you. But please focus upon that. Why I am telling this कि आधे प्रॉब्लम्स तो इसी में सॉल्व हो जाते हैं बच्चों के, once they get to know the why of doing things, right? And the next thing is that prepare a schedule. ठीक है? Because initially motivation won't help you in these things. ठीक है? Motivation एक या दो दिन का रहता है. A schedule, a discipline is something that will help you in gate preparation. For example, let's talk about मोहम्मद अली. अब मोहम्मद अली जब बॉक्सिंग सीख रहा था तो घुसंट पड़ती थी उसको, बार बार गिरता था, उठता था. अब देयर इज नथिंग पैशन इन्वॉल्व. जब तुमको एक घुसंट पड़ती है तो कहाँ का पैशन यार? The only thing that drives you to go to the boxing ring each and every day is not your motivation. किसी को पैशन नहीं है यार गेट में मेहनत करने का. Everything boils down to discipline. Are you disciplined enough to wake up every day and work for your dreams or not? ठीक है? So that is the only thing. So कहाँ से आएगी discipline? आएगी to do list बनाने से. ठीक है? So focus on these things. Talk with me and we'll figure that out. Okay?
Okay, yeah, thanks, Ribu. And also, we have promised something from the start that we are going to share
Yes.
something with the
Yes.
students. So please share that as well. And the questions which are left, we are going to discuss that after making that announcement. I
Sure,
hope
sure.
that. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, perfect. So, as I had already discussed, that we have something very, very special to discuss with all of you. Okay. And that thing that I want to talk about is that Geeks for Geeks has also come up with a session that I really, really recommend to each one of you. Firstly, because it's not very expensive. Secondly, I have the full access of this gate code, so I know what is the particular gate course, what are the things that they are offering, each and everything. ठीक है? तो बस मैं ऐसे ही promote नहीं कर रहा. I know this thing really well. So the thing is that they have launched Gates CS and IT 2024. This is a live course, plus they have recorded sessions that will really help you and understand this thing that when it comes to Gate, this is a C. ठीक है? बहुत कुछ पूछा जाता है. So you have to have a direction. ठीक है? And that direction, this particular course will help you to provide. So they have various interesting sessions like core concept building, they have study materials, they have excellent doubt solving sessions which I have witnessed, also quizzes, assignments, previous year's questions. Another very important thing is that a lot of previous year's questions Geeks for Geeks portal has already solved. Okay, so this Geeks for Geeks have been used by gate aspirants since a long time for previous year's questions, and now these mentors from these top IITs are taking out time and making this session. So this session is really, really awesome. ठीक है, this particular course you can definitely go through this course and you will get live doubt solving sessions, gate refresher modules that covers all the previous year's questions. You can see the course content here. I have seen the videos myself and I have figured out that it's quite good. It will be quite good for your gate preparation. You have at least 6 to 7 months left right now, and these kinds of courses will definitely help you in the long run. ठीक है? So, who is the course instructor? Punit Kansal is a course instructor. He has been in teaching over 10 plus years of experience. So, you can find all these mentors that you will be associated in through the batch, and you have the upcoming batch from July 2023. ठीक है? And the main thing is that मैंने कहा था कि there is a surprise at the end of this webinar. That surprise is कि since you were a part of this webinar, the thing that Geeks for Geeks and I have done is that we are giving 30% off, like 30% discount between 7 to 9 p.m. So this is nothing but a flash sale that is being going on. You have to type in the coupon code, that is flash sale, and you will get 30% discount on this particular course. So yeah, if you have any questions related to this course or any question apart from this course, you can definitely talk to me at the end of the session in a Q&A. But I really recommend this course because I feel that will help you a lot in your gate preparation journey. Yeah. Over to you, Sakshi.
Uh, Thanks, Ribu, for letting students know about this course so that students can take help from this course and we'll be able to make their preparation easy for them. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
we have one or two or more question. Let's discuss that. And
Yes, yes.
till then, if you have any another question regarding course and all, post that in the chat section. So we have one question from Srinivas, and he said that he completed B.Tech in 2021 CSC, and he was working in top MNC but laid off, and he had 9 month experience, and he's preparing for GATE. Is it worth 3 year gap after 3 year gap?
Uh, okay, so isn't gap as in he was already working in a top product based company, top MNC. He has 9 months of years experience, so definitely you have that experience letter also. So technically, it's not a gap, but now you are preparing for GATE. So you are targeting GATE 2024, right? So acha 3 years as in 2021 से लेके 2023 तक that
9 months.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So firstly, basically, you are a experienced professional who have certain degree of experience, 9 months. Okay, so this is not technically a gap. Okay, a lot of students, if you will find in IITs, NITs, triple ITs, who have worked in certain MNCs for 2 years or let's say even less, and then they are switching to doing masters. So absolutely, it's not a problem. A lot of people do it. It's not a gap at all. Okay, you have learned something, you have some work experience that will help you in your IIT interviews also when you tell them that I have certain experience. And secondly, you must have certain experience with technologies or some tech stack that you've worked upon. So it's not like it's absolutely worth it. So you can eventually prepare for GATE and aim for a good rank. Okay, so it's not a problem at all, Srinivas. Okay.
Yeah, we have another question from Gagan, and he resigned from his current company to prepare for GATE. Will he able to do it in 6 months?
Okay, okay. So, firstly, will you be able to do it? This is a question that you need to ask yourself every single day. Firstly, have this kind of belief that I will be able to do it. ठीक है, अब वो मत पूछो कि वो बिलीफ कहाँ से आएगी एंड स्टफ, वो हो सकती है एक सबसे बड़ा झूठ है, but eventually these are some of the lies that we tell ourselves that eventually becomes a truth, right? So I used to tell myself that I will crack it. ठीक है, जबकि मैं IIT जेई में 56 मारे थे, बैकलॉग्स थे मेरे को बीटेक में, बट स्टिल आई हैड दिस काइंड ऑफ बिलीव दैट आई वुड बी एबल टू क्रैक इट. दैट कॉन्फिडेंस केम फ्रॉम नोवेयर. ठीक है, बट आई यूज टू टेल माई सेल्फ दैट फर्स्टली प्लीज हैव दिस पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट ऑफ टेलिंग योर सेल्फ दैट यू बी एबल टू डू इट बिकॉज यू हैव द क्लैरिटी दैट यू वांट टू डू इट. ठीक है, एंड नाउ लेट्स कम टू द सजेशंस पार्ट. फर्स्टली, make yourself a timetable, a roadmap. ठीक है, a roadmap as in GATE. Understand this, GATE is an amalgam of theory and practice. You have to have the theoretical knowledge at point. You have to understand the concepts first. That's the first step. ठीक है, मोस्ट लोग क्या करते हैं, थियरी को हटाओ, प्रैक्टिस करने लग जाते हैं, गेट नहीं निकलेगा उससे. एंड सिमिलरली इफ यू जस्ट फोकस अपॉन थियरी एंड डोंट डू प्रैक्टिस, वैसे भी गेट नहीं निकलेगा. ठीक है, सो देर आर थ्री थिंग्स दैट यू नीड टू फोकस अपॉन. फर्स्टली, प्लीज कंप्लीट योर सिलेबस बिफोर डिसम्बर. ठीक है, दैट्स द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट यू नीड टू डू by following a roadmap. I myself have prepared a roadmap that I have posted into my Telegram community. You can definitely see it. Okay, there's a roadmap to do certain things. There is a certain subject order. Firstly, you need to focus upon subjects that are easy and that have a high predictability that such questions will come in the gate examination. For example, तुमने start ही computer organization से करी, which is a very unpredictable subject. ठीक है, so that way that is not a very good suggestion. Please focus upon subjects that are easy and predictable to an extent. So make the roadmap very clear. First sit with yourself and make the roadmap. कहते हैं ना, पहले कोटा फैक्ट्री में भी कहते थे, पहले एग्जाम से पढ़ने से, एग्जाम के लिए पढ़ने से पहले एग्जाम को पढ़ना जरूरी है कि एग्जाम पूछ क्या रहा है. ठीक है, what gate asks, that is very important. So firstly focus upon that. That's the first step, roadmap. Second, please make it a habit that you would be balancing new subjects and old subjects together. ऐसा नहीं करना है कि सब्जेक्ट करते जा रहे हैं, पीछे का रिवाइज नहीं कर रहे हैं. उससे क्या होगा कि यू वुड लूज टच विद द ओल्ड सब्जेक्ट्स. इवेंचुअली यू हैव टू टेक ऑल द सब्जेक्ट्स नॉलेज एंड pour it in gate, right? So please make it a habit of balancing old and new subjects. There are various strategies that we can discuss in future. The third point is please make it a habit of giving tests. इसका मतलब यह है कि स्विमिंग कितना भी थियोरेटिकली सीख लिया, जब तक तुम स्विमिंग पूल में कूदोगे नहीं तब तक तो कुछ भी नहीं होगा. यू हैव टू एक्चुअली जंप इनटू द स्विमिंग पूल ना. टेस्ट इज दैट वे. यू हैव टू गिव रेगुलर टेस्ट. व्हाट आई यूज्ड टू डू इज आई यूज्ड टू मेक my Saturday and Sunday, sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday, as a test day, where I used to give tests on all the topics that I've learned in the past. ठीक है. That helped me to keep a nice balance between old and new subjects, and plus it helped me to understand where I am standing. ठीक है. So test is again very important. Third and fourth is please make sure that you are in a good direction. I would definitely advise you that please go through the GFG gate course and understand what they are offering, understand that it suits to your needs or not. If yes, you can definitely consider it buying, because 30% off laga ke it would be very cheap that way. Okay, but that will definitely help you in giving you a direction in your gate preparation journey. So yes, the fourth point is a direction should be there while you are preparing. ऐसे नहीं कि आपने किताबें उठाई और पढ़ ली, because you are focusing on an exam. You have to focus on getting good marks. ठीक है. So yes, these are the 4 points that I want to highlight. Okay.
Yeah, if there is any question, guys, please post that. And yeah, Reboot, that's a very insightful session. I hope a lot of students get help from this session and they will get to know all about GATE in this session. Yeah,
Yes.
so thank
Thank you, Sakshi. I'm sure I'm actually honored to be invited by you and Geeks for Geeks in this channel. So I hope that I've added some value to your life, and I hope to see you cracking gate with some very good marks. Okay.
okay, thank you. Thank you, Rubu. Okay, so yeah, that's all from our side, guys. Please check out our session in on the given link in description. So that would be, please check out the course and you will see that we are giving 30% discount from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So just go through that and you will get a very good quality course in very pocket friendly prices. So go and check out. And yeah, that's all from our side. Thank you.